Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome. Inviting Laura as a speaker. Hello, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. We're just gazing at my beautiful porcelain sweater. That's pretty nice to gaze at. Hello, everyone. Hello. Big day today. Big day in Laura Allyson world. Big day. Yeah? Laura, did it work? Let's see. Oh, look at you wearing your Iceland sweater.
Well, it seems appropriate. There's a lot of Iceland talk in the air, and not just for the recent news. Shout out to Icelanders.
Yeah.
And choosing to live on an active volcano. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough out
Many
there.
of them. Many
Mhm.
of them. Yeah,
Mhm.
but they're used to it. They really like it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So bless them. But yes, if you have missed the news, we finally launched the dates
We
and the
released
plan.
the dates of our
Yes.
pending Iceland retreat. Really a trip, I would say, more than retreat. We will be retreating to the great city of
Retreating.
Reykjavik.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yeah. I think it works
that's
still.
yeah.
Should we
It's just going
change
to be
the
a good time
branding,
hang.
Laura?
Going to be a good time hang. I cannot think of a post that we have posted recently to Laura Allison party that has had more action in like an hour. So the people are excited. Nice.
People are
Nice.
exciting. This is my
Mhm.
mug that I got in Iceland. You too can have this mug
The puppy
by
mug.
joining us. Yeah, the puffins. The puffins. Yeah. So we are retreating to Iceland in June
Mm-hmm.
of 2024, which as it turns out is next year.
Yes. Yes. So there's time. There's time to get your finances in order. There is an $800 deposit and then different levels depending on the type of lodging you're looking for. But I have a feeling, I mean, since we make these and put them on youtube.com, I have a feeling spots are going to fly. So I don't know how much we have to really go into it, to be honest.
I know. I know. We'll
So the
see.
details, I wouldn't talk about the trip as a whole, but like pricing and whatnot, I just feel like spots are going to go.
Spots are going to go. I know. Yeah, we'll see. There is a possibility that if all 14 spots zoom out, that we could do a second one. But we'll see. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. Lisa asked, will there be a Puffins viewing? I actually don't know if
It's
it's
not the
Puffin
best.
season.
Yeah, not the best time of year to see puffins in June. It's better like July, August, but you never know. You never know
You never
because
know.
global warming is really screwing up a lot of things. So God knows. But
Yeah.
we won't be there for Northern Lights, that's for sure.
No. We do know that. Yeah. Wrong season. It will be very light most of the time, like 21 and a half hours of the time we are there. It will be light each day, which is crazy. So Laura and I went many years ago at this point for Laura's birthday. When I pulled some of the pictures from that trip for which I thought was great, Laura.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
charming.
we did it. Yeah, very sweet. It's just very beautiful there, you guys.
And while
Newsflash,
most
but
of you
Iceland.
know every single detail of my life, like my best friend, for those of you that don't, my birthday is the end of July. So we went
Yeah.
end of July, early August. So still summertime, but it was like right at the tail end of midnight sun.
Yeah. And it was very wild. It felt so weird for it to be light out and it be like 11 p.m. and nothing was open because your body's like, time to party. And everyone's like, no, we're used to this. We're closed now because it's 11 p.m. So that's pretty crazy to get used to.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, it's gonna be great. We are gonna be teaching design your own yoke sweater class. So you can design your own sweater and buy the yarn at the Lopi factory, and start knitting it and get hands-on instruction. So hopefully you'll leave the retreat with a sweater cast on and a whole plan created, just completely based on how you want your sweater to look. So I think that's going to be really fun. And also, we'll be in Iceland looking at all the beautiful Icelandic things. So that'll be good.
Yeah, this has been discussed and hyped up at our various retreats throughout the year, but we did not disappoint. We said that dates would be announced mid-November, and here we are, smack dab in the middle. So boom, it's done.
Thank goodness. It feels wild to have this actually a thing. I think that's one of the parts that is crazy about being an adult, and not really feeling very adulty, is you get to just decide at any moment that you can lead a retreat to Iceland of people, and you get to just do that at any point. And no one's like, excuse me, I don't know if you should do that.
Well, I think that is, I think that's very Allyson for sure. I think that is very on brand. Like you're the one that gets things like done. A lot of us sit around and talk about all the things we're going to do, but Allyson's the one that's like, okay, let's do it. And you do it. It's incredible.
I keep waiting for people to stop me. But nobody stops me. Everyone just lets me go. So
yeah, if you benefit, we all benefit.
Yeah. So yeah, set your timers, set your alarms, set your calendars. This Monday, November 20th at 9 a.m. Central Time, that is when these spots will be going live. And people are excited. It seems like there is a little contingency of people whose birthdays are over that second weekend of June, Laura. And so we will be having birthday extravaganza.
Yes. So June 8th through 10th, 11th. Something like that.
6th through 10th.
Okay, so Thursday the 6th. Got it.
Yep.
Navigate away from the screen. Yes. So that is the second full weekend in June.
Yeah. So very exciting. I feel like that's all that I have to do today.
Yeah, great. Not for me though, because things are starting to cook up in our holiday spectacular premium space at Laura Allyson Party for the second year in a row. But really like the fifth year in a row, I have appointed myself Queen of Secular Christmas, zero religion, all commercialism. And we have our premium space that is kicking off with a movie viewing tonight. So we will be watching Ben Affleck's Reindeer Games.
With Charlize Theron. I've also never seen this movie.
No, but I've heard the absurd premise, and I just think it's going to be hilarious. So,
what is the absurd premise, Laura?
Well, it's like an action movie. However, like again, I haven't seen it, but my limited understanding is that Ben Affleck's character's name is Rudy, and there are like 8 various henchmen, and it's like all a weird like metaphor that he's Rudolph. And I just want to see it play out. And that's where the Reindeer Games comes in. Yeah. I think it's a great way to like tiptoe into the holiday season without going full force quite yet. So
what does Charlize do? What does Charlize do?
Girl, I don't know. I haven't seen this thing. And that's part of the fun, to host a movie completely sight unseen. I feel we had a similar experience in the spring where I did a couple of movies, not outside of Holiday Spectacular. I did a couple of movies, including the Secret of Roan Inish, which I had never seen. And it all happened to us in real time. And we were like, what is going on with this movie? It was really fun. So I have a feeling we'll be in the same boat. So
nice. Jane, no, you're not alone. It is Jane asked, does anyone else dislike Ben Affleck? I feel like most people dislike Ben Affleck. He kind of leans in to that.
Yeah. He kind of famously so. I think people were very, very upset with his, I do not know, something is up with my camera, but people were very, very upset with his treatment of Jennifer Gardner. Everybody really loves her, and therefore
that was like 20 years ago though.
Yeah. So now he's married to J-Lo again, and somehow I feel like that was seen as a thumbs up. Hard to say where the Oh, well, it's hard to say how people are feeling about him now that he's got J-Lo cred, but you know.
It is weird, but he has made some hilarious choices in his career, like reindeer games. So that is what Laura is going to be hosting tonight.
Yeah,
Laura, I wish I could join you. I have to teach beatnik class tonight.
I know. And
So
I
will have to
know
miss
that
out.
many a participant will be beatnicking, but it's just hard to figure out where to squeeze all the content. Just
Too
can't do
much
it all.
content. Yeah.
Can't do it all. Also, over on Holiday Spectacular this week, I launched my little free mini stocking pattern. So I'm hoping people talked a lot in our porcelain class last night, Allison, about how, oh, good, people are working on their homework. I'm glad to see it. People were mentioning that they had a big weekend plans of lots of knitting
Yes.
because they're just kind of in chill mode before holidays get to swinging. So I'm hoping we see a couple of these pop up from weekend knit-a-thons. That's my hope.
I love that. I think that sounds fun. I also have a big weekend of knitting planned because I just kind of have a lot of projects going on. And the deadlines are fast approaching. For instance, when I started my holiday sweater, it was October, which felt like I had tons of time. But now my sweater looks like this.
So cute. It's so good.
It's doing great.
Yeah.
But it still has a lot of knitting left to do. As you can see, I have this much sleeve, which is not long enough. And I have 0% sleeve over here. So
it's tough. Yeah, this is the secret to my vest. I looked at all of the things I had on needles and knew I could not pull off 2 sleeves in time for the deadline. So I went with the vest. And I'm very pleased to have that off needles. Nothing else is, literally nothing else. But that is one thing that I have. What else you got? What else are you working on?
Well, I am working on a this is a weekender. Oh yeah, this is the right side. You knit this inside out. So you can't really see. But this is where is it? Oh yeah, there you can see it.
Center stitch, yes.
Center stitch seam. I'm getting ready. I've got my weekender class on Sunday. So we're going to be talking short rows. So here are my markers marking my short rows. So I'm almost done with that until class.
Nice.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And then I'm also designing my own yoke sweater. So I got ahead in that. Here is my little neckline.
I love your neckline. It's beautiful.
Right? It's going to be a little like funnely neck situation. So I got this far just to be like, look, kids, you're going to do a great job. So that's ready to go for class 2. But eventually it's going to similar to the sweater that you have on, Laura, but it's going to go down to this color.
Nice. Well, that's just 10 out of 10. So good.
Yeah. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So those are the projects that I'm focused on right now. But yeah, it feels like a lot. So I'm going to happily get myself in a better place, get myself into a better place this weekend so that next weekend it's less frantic knitting and more happy knitting over Thanksgiving.
Love that.
That's the plan. Yeah. Anything else you're working on, Miss Laura?
Yeah, I'm working through, we're wrapping up, it's kind of a week of wrapping up classes. So we just wrapped up porcelain class last night. And I am wrapping up Kinsan class this week. So I'm working on getting to the sleeve separation of this Kinsan sweater. Looks better in person. Right now I'm in the middle of a lot of things for demonstration purposes, but you can just trust the vision. I've got a vision. It's cute. You just have to believe me, but it's like a real Franken sweater at this point. And
then great.
Thank you. And then I have just right before we hopped on, I'm really dedicated to finishing up my Svensson finally from my class that I took with Allyson many moons ago. I don't even know when that was at this point. Rosalie does. But I just finished up the front. I'm ready to start decreasing. So I have 2 sleeves and I have this back. So I have like this much to go. For those of you at home who have not Svenssoned, but I'm really serious about trying to get this done by the end of the year. So that's happening. And then just now, like I think I just got a text from FedEx that I have some gift yarn that has just arrived to cast on some gifts for holidays.
Oh.
So I'm hoping to get that sort of started in the next couple of days and then really crank on those over Thanksgiving. So those are
nice. Yeah. Good plan. Secret gift knitting. Yeah, it's a secret. It's a secret. Yeah, so knitting is in the air. That is for sure. It is knitting season.
I'm in the mood for sure.
Yeah. We have been getting quite a few questions about porcelain.
Yeah.
We're going to try to sneak in a second porcelain class starting in the new year as well. So if you have been keeping your eye on the next porcelain sweater class, we're going to let Iceland settle in a little bit. So this will probably launch after Thanksgiving. So if you have that sweater in your heart, I know that there have been so many gorgeous porcelains that are very close to being done after we had class last night. Oh my gosh, they look so good.
Yeah.
So look for those to be gracing your feed very shortly. I can't wait.
We had a blast, and I know that they will be very influential. So you got to get on board. We loved co-teaching together, so I'm excited to do it again ASAP.
Yeah, me too. Especially since it's always good to do a class a second time because you like got all the kinks worked out, you know? So that second class, you're like, okay, I anticipate this. This is moving. This is moving. So yeah, it's going to be great. It sounds like Tia is already going to sign up and Lisa's going to sign up. Great. It's already shaping up to be a really great class.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Love that.
Additionally, it feels like we haven't done a level up series in a long time.
We sure haven't. So we have one coming up tomorrow. Another Friday night hang. So if you're busy tonight or you're busy in Beatnik, you can join us tomorrow night for a level up hang. And that's one of my favorite monthly things. So I'm glad to get back on it. And November/October was wild, but I'm glad to have this one on the books. We're going to be talking about the ins and outs of Ravelry, which it's one of those things where a lot of us have been Ravelry users for many years, but a lot of us don't necessarily know everything you can do on Ravelry. So it's always good to review.
Yeah. So that's what we do. We'll be live just like this, taking turns sharing our screens and seeing what's up with Ravelry. I tell people all the time to use Ravelry for things, and I hope that they know, but they're going to know how to do the things that I tell them to do after tomorrow night's level up. So yeah.
We've learned we really value like a learning environment, and we encourage people to ask questions and be curious. But sometimes you let things go a little too long and then you're embarrassed to ask about things that you feel should be obvious. So we're just going to get out in front of it and we're going to talk to you about the ins and outs of Ravelry. And you just never know. Even if you're a super user, you can also come participate in the chat and maybe teach us a thing or two. But that's true. It's a super valuable resource and we want to make sure that you're getting the most out of it. So,
yeah. All right. Well, Laura, I think I told you recently that I started watching World on Fire, the Masterpiece Theater.
Yes.
Okay, so little background for those of you. I've been dying to talk about this, all right, because season 2 came out a couple weeks ago, and I barely remembered what happened in season 1 because apparently season 1 dropped like March 2020, and there was a lot going on. All right.
I remember I started watching that in early lockdown. It was like too sad. I can't watch how sad this is right now because I'm very sad. And then I never went back. But you've gone back.
I've gone back. I watched season 1 again to remind me of what was going on in that. And it was very helpful because a lot of that I had forgotten about. A lot of it's about World War II, like the beginning of World War II and how that kicked off. So yes, it is very sad. One thing that I said, I'm 3 episodes into season 2, and because COVID broke their filming schedule, apparently, half of the main characters from season 1 do not come back for season 2. And I did not know this.
That's a shame. I thought you were going to say they came back with completely different faces and teeth, but that's a shame because you were invested in those people.
Right. And you're just like, and they, it's only 7 episodes. So they have to move shit along really quickly. And so you're invested in what's going on. And then you pop in on the first episode of season 2 and they're like, oh, dead too. That person's dead. And you're like, what do you mean that person's just dead? And Sean Bean's filming schedule did not coincide with season 2. So they had to kill him off screen. And I was like, are you kidding?
They just keep killing Sean Bean. It's a shame.
I was like, are you kidding with this? And I kind of looked it up and it was the 25th time he's been murdered.
Yeah, he's just a very, I mean, that has to give you extra points in the afterlife or something. So he's probably like
that many times.
Yeah, he's just the right hand of God at this point. He just gets bonus, He's in bonus rounds.
Yeah, I feel like he must think that in real life too. They're like, some of the characters they just never talk about. So I don't know, maybe they'll come back. Like Helen Hunt
I hate that.
is like one of the main characters in season 1.
Yeah.
I'm 3 episodes in, not a whisper of what's going on with her.
That's
not a whisper.
That is awful. Yeah. I have been watching the YouTube show Hot Ones, the interview chicken wing eating show. It's in season 20 now. There are a lot of them, and celebrities volunteer to eat hot wings, ranging from like 10 hot wings in a row, sometimes vegan, sometimes deep fried cauliflower, and they go up increasingly up the Scoville scale. And then he asked surprisingly nuanced questions, but they can't hear him because their mouths on fire. But he was just interviewing Margot Robbie. And she was talking about how she was on Neighbours, the very famous soap opera in Australia.
Yeah.
And then she decided to take a career risk and go to America. And she was like, okay, can you please write in this like fantastic death for me, like really insane, and like blow me up into a million bits and like feed me to the sharks? And they were like, well, no, because just in case it doesn't work out in America, we want you to be able to come back. So they wrote her character that went to America, and she's like with her hot wing, not having a good time. And she's like, so I guess the character's still in America? I don't know. They never heard from her again because I'm doing great. I thought that was kind of sweet. I was like, because if it was America, I would have been like, yeah, kill her.
Yeah,
but they were
blow
like,
them up. Yeah.
Like, we have a lot of blonde Australian women over there at the moment. So the market might be saturated. Margot, you can come back anytime.
Anytime. Yeah, come back on Neighbours. I like that a lot. It's like in American soap operas how people die all the time, but then if you don't have a body, then it means they can come back, or like their
that bush will start shaking and then they walk out the bush and it's like, what happened? Well, here's 4 episodes explaining the crazy shit that happened.
That I was up to.
But yeah, I guess maybe Neighbours is classier. I have no idea. I just know it's responsible for Natalie Imbruglia and various other Australian actors' early career. That's all I know. So
yeah, same. I remember when Dawson's dad wanted to be written out of Dawson's Creek, and he was like, "Can I just like?" He's in college. Can I just like not be around for a season, then I'll pop back? And they're like, no, we have to kill you. And he's like, really? And they're like, yeah, we definitely have to kill you. And then do you remember this? He like dies eating an ice cream cone, getting hit by a car. It's like the saddest death ever. So pathetic. Dawson's dad, R.I.P. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never watched Dawson's Creek. Which is a cultural blind spot. I've never done it. I watched
That's
the
a
pilot one
shame
time.
because
Yeah.
there's a lot of insane shit that happens, like Dawson's dad getting hit by a car while eating an ice
Yeah,
cream
spoiler
cone.
alert. Well, now I don't have to watch it. Now I know. But yeah,
Well, Dawson's Creek is not about Dawson's dad, as it turns out, Laura.
yeah, about how Dawson really loves Steven Spielberg. That's what I learned from the
He
the
does.
pilot.
See,
He
you know
loves
all the
Steven
things.
Spielberg.
You know all
That's
the
what I
things.
know. So
Yeah. But yeah, I love when they kill people off generally in silly shows like that. But I was very disappointed in
but that
how
was
it
kind
turned
of
off
a
in World
mass.
on Fire.
Yeah, that was a mass killing. That's not and not elegantly done. So that's
No,
tough. That's a bait and
it
switch,
was
really.
it was easy to do because it's World War II and people were died all the time. They were like, oh yeah, the bomb hit directly on his house. And you're just like, well,
Yeah.
yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. But then
Yeah.
talk about it. It's like you have a very
Yeah.
natural way in which these people could not survive, but not taking it.
No, it
Very
felt like
strange.
a bait and switch. So now
Yeah.
I have to learn all these new characters. And I did not think I was up for that. I was going into season 2 thinking I did all that learning. And I was just here for story. But that is not what I'm into. That's not what I'm into. So World on Fire, wild ride so far, but I'm in for it. We'll get there. We'll get through it. Yeah.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
Every other thing that I'm watching right now is reality TV, and all of it I've run into the end. So I'm waiting for new episodes to come out weekly. Why did I do this to myself?
I don't know. That's the worst possible position to be in as someone with streaming. So you've really backed yourself into a corner. That's tough.
The worst.
That's tough. Might I suggest
terrible.
hot ones? You could start with the Melissa McCarthy or the Jennifer Lawrence, both very charming.
So who made it the farthest?
Well, the thing that you would like about Hot Ones, aside from everything else that you would not enjoy, the thing you would like about it, there's been 20 seasons of the show, and not once has a woman ever tapped out. Every woman that's been on the show has made it the whole way.
Yeah.
And then DJ Khaled stopped after 3. So he's like famously the worst at it. And every single woman
does all 20?
There's 10. Yeah. But it's like they build it like a symphony. So really the third to last is the very hottest and like the very worst. And then the other 2 are still very hot, but like they put the worst bomb third to last. But then he also is very well researched and asks really insightful questions. So they're like, wow, what a thoughtful question. Bah! And like they're so upset. Really fun. Viola Davis also so good. Hers was incredible. And then Gordon Ramsay's Allyson, I definitely am inspired. I think I'm going to try one of those like Hellfire Kitchens or whatever with the kids. Because he won me over. He did so poorly and bitched so hard and freaked out so hard on that show. And they had him on twice because he was so bombastic.
Gordon Ramsay
charmed.
is delightful. Yeah. You're looking at Master Chef with the kids.
Master Chef. Thank you.
Master Chef.
Master Chef Junior is what I will check out.
Yeah, Master Chef Junior.
Yeah. He brought all these
he's got a travel show also. He's got a travel food show on Disney Plus, I think. That's also lovely. People just love him. He's got one of those personalities where you meet him and you're just like, wowzers, in like charisma for days.
For sure. And when he came back the second time, he brought even more hot sauce remedies. And one was like a little like hose of milk and he like squirted into the host's mouth and his mouth. Which is so gross, but it was so funny because the host was like, yeah! Anyway, so dumb. I do not like hot sauce either. So I'm just like, but then it gets in your mind and you're like, now that I get the rhythm of this, I feel like I could get through it, but I would not enjoy it. No one seems to enjoy it. So there's that.
You just have to do it. That's why the women all succeed, right? Because you just don't care. You break the part of your brain that says you get to stop and you just keep eating.
Yes. I mean, well, that's what I was really charmed by Margot Robbie's because she was on pre-Barbie. She was like doing one of the Harley Quinn movies. And she was like, I have the palate of a 4-year-old and like basically just eat mashed potatoes. So on the second one, she was like, this is like the hottest thing I've ever had in my entire life. There were 8 to go and she did it. But she was like struggling so much. But she did it.
That's insane. But they all have to be like crying.
Oh yeah.
Shit, right?
Oh yeah. Like there's sweat from their eyebrows, like the nose. And then he's always like, the host I think is very sweet actually. And he's always they'll go and he's like, watch your eyes. He's like, please just watch your eyes. And they're like, oh my God, yes. Oh my God. So Frances Pugh just did hers with her entire left hand in the air so she wouldn't be tempted to touch anything. So she could use it for stupid. Anyway, you've watched it all now. There's no reason to watch. Also, Shaq's is incredible. Shaq's is incredible.
Like Shaq.
Yeah,
I do like Shaq.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
And when he holds the wing, it looks like
just one tiny little bite.
Yes, this looks like Shaq holding the chicken wing. He's like, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And he had a gallon of milk that he brought, and it looks like he's just holding a coffee mug because he's.
But you can't drink that much milk. Your body will explode.
No, but he brought his own milk, so Shaq. He's just shacking around.
I guess he could, because he's so big, he could drink a gallon of milk, but you're not supposed to drink that much milk. You just vom.
No, but I think Shaq understands what we're here to see. And I want to see Shaq holding a tiny chicken wing and a gallon of milk, but making it look like it's like a goblet. So.
Oh my God. That sounds insane.
Lisa says, why was I so into soap operas in high school, but I can't stand them now? And that's because, Lisa, you're an adult.
Now you're an adult.
You're an adult. And also, soaps made a lot more sense in a pre-streaming world when stuff was just on. Like those made a lot of sense when they were just on. And when you had like summers off and you could just really get in to what was going on between Luke and Laura. But now you can just watch bad acting on reality shows. And at least there's going to be at least there's going to be some sort of like prize involving them having to do geography, and they can't. So that's kind of fun.
That's the best.
Yeah. It's like, name a state to all those British people, and they're like, what?
Yeah. I watched a reality show. I was just thinking about this, where they had to see how many hot wings, they had to guess how many hot wings they could eat. Or they had to guess how many countries they could name. And they all said they could eat 50 hot wings. And they said they could name like 12 countries in the world.
Yeah, it's tough.
It was very sad. It was very sad. And it turns out they failed at both those things, as it turns out.
Yeah, well, in order to appear on reality television, I do think you have to have a certain inflated sense of your own capabilities to make good television. I think you're screened particularly for that, but yeah, that's
as far as naming countries go.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was bleak. So yeah, Lisa, I think it's good that you've graduated out of soaps and now you love The Bachelor. Lisa does really love The Bachelor. Yeah.
Well, Golden Bachelor's fun. It's fun. So, but I haven't watched the penultimate. I haven't seen the post home visit episode. So I don't know. I don't know which of the brunette ladies, spoilers, he picked, but
tonight. It's tonight.
The big reveal, the big pick.
No, I bet it's next week.
Gotcha.
They have to do a whole rigmarole. I really only like to watch it until they go to hometowns, and then after hometowns, it just gets really
it's probably like a reunion tonight, huh?
Yeah, or I think Women Tell All was last week, and this week is like the big episode where they all meet his family. Yeah, and then the finale episode.
Well, he's a crier, so prepare yourself, Lisa. He's a crier.
Yeah. Oh, Lisa knows. Yeah, she loves it. Yeah. So Lisa will just tell me who wins, and then I don't have to watch it anymore.
Yeah, perfect. Lisa, let us know. Yeah. Just us though.
Yeah. Yeah, don't tweet it.
Don't tell people.
People don't like when you mention things that have happened on television that they haven't gotten a chance to see yet, even though it was on and like news tweets it, if a person does it, then they get really mad about it. I don't know. I've been told multiple times that I ruined something for somebody on Instagram because I put
Yes.
in my stories.
Usually that's for the Olympics. People get real sassy about the Olympics. And I'm like,
they do get sassy.
like the Olympics
It
are basically
happens.
news. So there's no spoiler
Right.
alerts for the news. Sorry.
Just because you want to watch something on America time doesn't mean that I have to not watch it on the time of the country that it is in and react to it. That's
Have
so
arranged our
weird.
career and lifestyle to be able to watch the Olympics in real time anywhere around the world. And I live
Yeah.
by that. So
It is more challenging to do when it's in China. Paris next summer is going to be a breeze.
that'll be nice. But yeah, Japan, China, Russia, those are all pretty challenging.
Tough. Yeah, that's a tough time
zone
zone.
wise. But we did it. And we will continue to do it.
You did. Yeah, and I'm going to keep doing it. So don't follow me. Don't follow me if you don't want
Spoiler
that.
alert for the future.
Yeah.
So Allyson, I wanted to try something, and this could be a big fat flop, and that's okay. But I wanted to try to do like a little question of the pod, a question of the episode, and see if we have an answer. This is a leading question though, because I can easily answer this for myself because I've spent time thinking about it. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
I'm ready.
The question is, can you think of the dumbest thing you've ever knit? Not like the worst thing, but just the most impractical or poorest choice thing that you've ever knit.
Well, I love to knit really stupid things.
Uh-huh.
I love to knit really stupid things for my mom. I think I saw my mom watching live. I have knit her a gorilla before. I have knit her a long-eared donkey, like Nestor the long-eared donkey. That was a good one. I think she's watching, so I can't tell. I have a stupid knit. Yeah, my mom said that's not stupid at all.
Yeah, she's like, they're just
pretty
priceless
stupid
treasures. So
yeah. So I have a really stupid thing I'm going to knit her for Christmas this year that I can't tell her about, obviously, because it's a surprise. But I love knitting stupid things.
yeah,
most of the time, those stupid things are in the form of toys. I want to see if I can find some of the. I'm going to scroll to the Wayback Machine.
I love it.
I
knit this badger behind here with a pom-pom nose, and that's extremely stupid, and causes people to question whether or not they like being in my classes because it's in there. Mounted on cardboard from Faux Taxidermy Knits. That's pretty dumb. It took me a while to be secure enough in myself to mount it. It was in my closet for many years, but then I was like, no, this is who you are.
I've made my mom a moose, a taxidermied moose.
Yeah, you did.
Let me see if I can screen share. Oh, here. Could you see my mom's monkey? Look at the detail of his face.
It's incredible. Truly.
This is, I think, the dumbest thing I've ever knit for sure.
It is
that hair, that like fun fur that I had to knit the body in, was a challenge.
Yeah.
Apparently this took me 5 days to knit, in 2011.
Wow. And that's how you use Ravelry. Find out more tomorrow night at
very dumb. I love that. Now I'm looking for other dumb things.
Well, my dumbest thing is way less cute and entertaining, and it's kind of gross actually, but I have it on my foot right now. My dumb thing is I knit two socks out of Shelter, Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. And it's a pattern that's written for Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. But as you can imagine, I mean, I have just cheese grated these like within like the first 3 days of wear. So every year, though I really like the lightness and this like having kind of a house slipper sock, but these just get attacked like crazy. I mean, they just either holes from the ground or moth friends. And so I just spend like an equal part at this point. There is no knitted sock really left. It's just my repairs and patches. So dumb. This was so stupid, but I enjoyed every minute of making it because
It looks very beautiful. That's a sock for like a shadow box and not really for feet.
I mean, I knew it when I cast it on. I was like, this is stupid. Who wants a sock? But it was just one too many pictures on Pinterest of someone in cute slouchy socks holding a mug. And I was like, that's it for me. I'm making it. And I'm going to use the exact yarn the pattern calls for. I just regret. So stupid. And so I was just patching this up for seriously the 25th time this morning. And was like, these are so fucking stupid. I'm going to ask Allyson. So that's where the question came from.
Can I show you my donkey?
Yes, please.
This is Nestor, the long-eared donkey.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's really great that these things have a cherished home. I really appreciate that about Susan. Shout out to Susan.
Yeah, they do. I'm going to try to find the moose head that I made. Mom, I haven't knit you something really stupid in a long time. Time to, oh, here it is. My moose head. Hello, moose head. Come see this.
I hope there's a person for scale because I feel like the size of this thing was just unbelievable. Yeah, Amelie for scale.
Good. Amelie for scale. Yeah, he looks good.
The antler. Will you kiss and tell? Will you tell how the antlers are made, or is that just for?
Oh yeah, I had to put wires in them to get them to stick up properly. But yeah, it's great. It's A+. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, my mom says that she loves them. So my mom, so you just have to find a mom to give those stupid socks to, it sounds like, Laura.
I mean, I couldn't inflict these on anyone. They're so ridiculous. But, it was like a conscious choice that I made, but I'm just like, what was I thinking? I don't know.
Well, you have to, shelter comes for us all, I feel like. It's great. It's such great yarn right up until you do the wrong thing with it. And then it is not great yarn anymore.
It just has no business. Yeah. I don't know. Again, it was just, I was like, I did that thing where I didn't follow my instinct. It's like, I'm like, oh, well, that doesn't make sense to have socks made of a woolen spun yarn that's loosely plied. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but they wouldn't have written the pattern specifically for the yarn if it wasn't fine. They know best. No, they're just trying to sell yarn. That's all
they're just trying to sell yarn. Yeah, we've all been tricked like that before. Yeah. My mom says there might be dowels in the ears to try to get that up. That sounds about right. I made this in 2015, so that was an entirely different world ago. So who can tell? But yeah, dowels.
My other insane knit out of that faux taxidermy knits book is this crocodile makeup bag.
Yes.
This was before I understood photography, but I made little eyes and they went right here. But I made this we used to do a crafty Secret Santa. And it's also before I knew how to sew. So I aligned this thing with fabric with a raw edge because I had no idea what I was doing. But yeah, isn't that so silly?
I love it.
That little crocodile clutch. Was so silly. That book brought me a lot of joy.
Oh my God, so much joy. I have from that book hanging in my kitchen 6 pheasants. I mean, I made 6 pheasants. I gave 3 to my mom so that she can have them in her house. But yeah, look at these pheasants. Aren't they phenomenal? I love them. Shane hates them so much.
Well, the big
This is
hit
my
in my life from that book too are the bear mug coasters. I still use the bear mug coasters to this day.
yes.
They were a big hit when we had them in the shop, and I wanted to teach. I still would love to teach them as a little class, but I tried to contact the designer a few times, and she never got back to us. So, but
Yeah, it turns out she's not great. She's not great.
she's
But her
doing her own
patterns
thing.
are great.
Yeah, she's doing her own thing. She's really kit focused, but that book is a delight. So if you've got it, and if enough of us have it, I'm more than happy to do a workroom for this. Yeah, those, oh my God. The hedgehog, there's a really cute, I think it's a hedgehog tea cozy as well that I've always wanted to make. Super cute. So, or maybe it's a hedgehog door stopper. There's a mole door stopper.
Mold
And
door stop. Yes.
yeah, there was a moment in time in like a 2012 kind of vibe where I thought maybe I will be a person that wants to wear like a fox scarf. And then I stopped watching New Girl and I got it together.
Oh,
Oh, it's owls.
yeah, this is the tea cozy. That's
So
very cute. Yeah, that's very cute. Who hear my pheasants?
Hell yeah. So
Yeah, this book is great. I feel oh yeah, this is the door
mole.
stopper.
Yeah.
The mole. But yeah, I feel like these patterns have got to be available individually on Ravelry, right?
Well, let me just click on through the gator here and see what's going on.
Yeah, see what's going on. Because I think this would be very fun. Sometimes it's just, I was actually just reading little blurb. No? Just the
book is out of print, it looks like. Bear coasters. Yeah. And no, oh, let's see. For more information, see Etsy. Yeah, unavail. Well, we're plugging in limited a dish. Check your local libraries, everyone.
I was just reading about how people who do one thing a day that only brings them joy, that is not work related or like task related, it's just like a joyful thing, are like enormously generally happier than people who don't do things, which obviously makes a lot of sense. But I think it's crazy that they found people who were like, no, I do 0 things for joy's sake.
Well, you know what? It sounds like that's what Dawson's dad was doing with that ice cream, and look at how that turned out for him. So
trying to get a little joy, just
the
head
truck
on
comes
car
for us
crash.
all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but if the dumbest things that I have made in my life have generally come from this book.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like if you're watching this, you do a lot of things for yourself for just the joy of it, which is great, and you'll live longer, I guess, and you're a happier person.
Yeah.
No shit.
And honestly, there's a reason these stupid socks have so many holes in them, because goddamn if I don't wear them all around. But you know, I do. They were stupid. I wouldn't do it again, but they're in my life now, and I'm making them work. I do love mending, so they're just my little I'm raking the sand.
Project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember talking to a girl once who was asking me questions about a 100% cashmere pair of socks that she was making, and I was like, this is a wild choice for socks. And she said, well, I'm not going to walk in them. They're just going to be my sitting socks. And I said, so when you're sitting on the couch, you'll just put them on, and when you have to get up, you will take them off? And she said, absolutely, that's my plan. And I thought that was one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
you but it didn't stop her.
It didn't stop her.
It did not stop her. Did not stop her. I said, wow, that is wild. And she said, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to make poor choices, I've shared the sock pattern in the class. Yeah, sure. Sit in sock class. You can. I guarantee you, Allyson won't go near that one, but I'll do it. I'll do it right here.
I like to walk around.
Yeah.
I do. I like to get up freely.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the bathroom without having to change clothes. Yeah, those are some of my values.
But shout out to my camera and my mending skills. I feel like, you can tell they're patched kind of, but I did a nice job. Pretty seamless.
Yeah, they look great. Yeah, they look used and loved
Mhm.
and mended. Hopefully you're mending with superwash yarn that has nylon in it.
Sure am. Yep, sure am. So it's really now, I would say at this point, it's the like each sock is only 50% shelter, and then the rest is
You just basically resold the
Mhm.
socks.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just re-knitting them, reweaving them really. And then some of it's superwash and then some of it with nylon reinforcement and then some of it I'm felting. And it's a great combo. It's a great combo.
Nice.
Yeah,
Excellent. See, you can make anything work.
you sure
And
can.
we love that. Yeah, we love that. Well, Laura, guess what? A week from today is Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. I've been told I get to have nachos. So that
And
sounds
pizza.
great. I
Yeah.
love it.
That is
So
the
the American
that
dream.
is the menu at the Dykes and Simmons household where Laura will be attending Thanksgiving. We are making nachos and pizza. So I
God
love that
bless.
for us.
Yep.
Yeah,
God
I
bless.
love it.
Sounds great.
Uh, so that means we will not be live because no one will watch us. We have a Lions game to watch, Laura, is what we need to do.
Great.
So very important.
I can admit to that.
Yeah, you can. On my giant new couch.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
The windows are open in my house right now because it's spring. It's springtime.
It is
Laura,
beautiful.
look at how happy Royal is. Do you see his little butt right here?
He's in the
He's
command
so
the command
excited.
center.
Yep, he's just keeping an eye on the neighborhood, getting ready. Yeah, getting ready for the kids to come out of school and start causing a ruckus. It's his favorite thing to do. Yeah. Wendy says a ravioli. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna fight with you that if you think ravioli is better than pizza, I would say equally delicious as pizza, but it's both of those things are better than turkey. You're exactly right, Wendy. Yeah, who needs it? Who needs it?
I like Thanksgiving side dishes and I will get my fill of those on Saturday, but for the actual day, I'm all about this nacho pizza. Nacho pizza victory. I don't know. We're renaming the holiday.
Victory party.
Yeah.
Yeah, victory party. I like it. For the Lions, not a victory party for the
No.
Pilgrims. Just to
For
be
just for
clear.
good in general, for the forces of
For good in
good
general.
versus evil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We love that. All right. So next Thursday we will not be here. But you all will have a hopefully safe, chill, and relaxing Thanksgiving holiday if you are in America. If you are not in America, I hope you have a lovely Thursday. And then we will be back in December.
That's
Is
right.
that true?
Yes. I think so. And we'll be in the holiday spectacular space will be lit. We will have maker work nights. We'll have more movie knit-alongs, movie watching parties, and daily content as I unbox my Bon Maman jam calendar.
Oh my gosh,
So
get ready. Get ready. All right. Well, thanks for joining us live. Thanks for watching us on the YouTubes if you are not joining us live, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody.
Bye.